Scary videos that would delete your soul. Please don't. Oh, mute. I got you.
Viral after it appeared to show something moving entirely on its own. The footage was uploaded to TikTok by a user with the rather memorable username poopstains27, and it didn't
we rarely gotta trust a person called poopstain27. Yo,
take long for viewers to start feeling uneasy.
I already feel uneasy. This is poopstain?
That's some creepy ass. Hold on, no, I want to see this.
One of the heavy iron cell doors begins to move.
Is he called poopstain 24/7 because he gives himself poop stains from being scared 24/7? Is that why the username is that?
There's no one nearby, no visible draft,
Probably.
and no obvious reason why a door that weighs hundreds of kilos would suddenly start moving on its
this
own.
is a creepy place anyway.
I am.
What makes this even more unsettling is the location itself.
Nah, I
the
wouldn't go
Ohio
there.
State Reformatory opened in 1896 and was originally designed as a progressive prison focused on rehabilitation. But overcrowding, brutal discipline, and poor conditions quickly turned it into a place of suffering.
No.
Over the decades, more than 200
Look at
deaths
that.
were officially recorded, caused by disease, suicide, violence, and severe
A
punishment.
lot of dead people here. Dan.
Executions were carried out on site, and countless inmates endured physical and psychological abuse within these
Executions?
walls. Because of this dark history, the Reformatory has earned a reputation as one of the most haunted locations in the United States. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported disembodied voices, footsteps echoing through empty
Hell
cell
nah.
blocks, shadow figures, doors slamming shut, and even full-bodied apparitions. Some believe the spirits of former inmates still roam the prison, while others claim guards and wardens never truly left either. So what are we really seeing here? Is this just an old building?
Yo, I'm seeing a bunch of people that need to leave. That's what I'm seeing.
Settling, a hidden airflow pushing the door, or something far more unsettling tied to the prison's violent past?
Look how creepy this is. Yo, chat, would you madheads go here at night? Would you actually, like, tour this at night? Or not tour it because someone's holding your hand. Like, you go by yourself. With a camera, by yourself, through this at night. Yo, you're crazy. There's no way. That's crazy.
TikTok user TallyT519 recently uploaded a piece of baby monitor footage that has left a lot of viewers feeling uneasy.
What
The
is
clip
that
was
bottom
recorded
right?
in late December 2025 inside her child's bedroom, and at first, everything seems completely normal.
I swear I seen like a shot. What is that bottom
Then,
right?
in
Bottom
the
right.
bottom right-hand corner of the screen, something strange appears.
What is that? Do they have a dog? No, what
A
is
blurry, amorphous shape seems to form out of nowhere. It lingers just long enough to be noticed, and then it vanishes completely. Tally says there were no pets in the room, no other children nearby, and nothing that could reasonably explain what shows up on the baby cam.
that? Hell, hey, that's a big goddamn cockroach if that's a cockroach. You need to call pest control right now. Right this second.
The camera hadn't malfunctioned before, and nothing else in the room was moving at the time. As the clip began to gain traction, some viewers started looking through her other posts and noticed something deeply personal. Elsewhere on her TikTok page, Tally
Passed
speaks
away?
openly about the death of her older brother, who passed
Aw.
away several years ago. This detail led some viewers to wonder whether the strange shape caught on camera could be something more than a glitch. Some believe it may be her brother trying to make contact with the family,
Well,
watching over the
hopefully
child
not a
from
demon.
beyond.
Or something bad.
Others argue it could simply be a trick of the camera, a shadow, or digital noise being misinterpreted.
Yeah, but a shadow of
For now,
what? It's
there's
moving.
no clear explanation.
Like, even if it's a
Whether
shadow,
this
that's
was a
still
harmless
scary.
technical anomaly or something far more unsettling, the footage continues to spark debate and leaves one lingering question. What exactly
can't be
appeared
that big,
in that
right?
child's bedroom?
Ants can't be that big. I've not seen an ant that big, but I don't know. Like,
This next
there
scary
might be
video
some in
comes from
Australia.
a home security camera and was shared by Ahmed Shah on our Slaptham Facebook community page. It was captured inside a small bedroom while someone was lying on the bed, seemingly unaware that anything unusual was happening around them.
Okay.
What are the kids doing?
At first, everything looks completely normal,
Looks fine.
but if you focus on the mirror mounted beneath the small television on the wall, something strange begins to form.
Oh, I thought that was her.
Damn.
Wait, it's
A
her,
shape
no?
slowly appears inside the reflection, even though there is nothing physically moving in the room that could explain it.
What? Oh, wait, am I in the way? Am I in the way? Am I in the way?
Moving in the room that could explain it.
It's like some black
Yeah.
mist, like, moving.
What is
Like,
it
it is
saying?
her, but there's a
Moments
black mist
later, a
over
dark
her.
shadow is seen moving across the floor in front of the television,
Yep,
no longer
someone's with you,
confined
mate.
to the mirror's reflection.
Someone's with you, mate.
Đây bà Phi gặp con sao rồi bà Phi kìa sớm đã sơ bà Phi.
There are no pets in the room, no visible light sources casting moving shadows, and no one else present who could explain what the camera captured. The person on the bed doesn't react at all, suggesting they were completely unaware of whatever passed through the room. So what do you think this camera really captured?
Weird.
A simple visual glitch, or something far more unsettling watching from just out of sight?
Yeah, I don't know. It did kind of look like reflection, but it was some sort of black mist. God knows.
This next clip has caught the attention of researchers who focus on patterns rather than one-off sightings.
Alright, this has to be the aliens in the ocean. This has to be.
Uploaded to Instagram by Strange Spotting Official, the footage documents what appears to be an enormous luminous sphere recorded multiple times by a company called Clima Albevo.
Well, it's not the sun. Actually, it could be the sun.
According to the original report, the object was observed on several separate occasions,
Is that the
each time appearing between 10:23 and 10:26 p.m.
That's the sun. No?
What's especially unusual is that during every sighting, the sphere remained visible for exactly 3 minutes before vanishing completely.
Is that not the sun?
Even more intriguing, witnesses state that the object behaved in the same way during each appearance. There were no sudden changes in movement, no visible propulsion, and no
What?
variation in how long it stayed in the sky. After 3 minutes, it simply disappeared and was not seen again that night.
Yeah, because it was the sun. It went away. Bro, how is that not the sun? That looks literally like the sun.
No official explanation
Wait, what time was it at night?
has been provided in the report, and no conventional atmospheric or astronomical cause has been confirmed.
6 p.m.? Yeah, sunset at 6 p.m. No, you get that.
Consistency in both timing and behavior is what has raised eyebrows, especially when the same phenomenon repeats across multiple sightings.
I'm really confused.
So what exactly are people seeing here? A rare atmospheric
Wait, no, it's not the sun, chat. Should I tell you why? Because the sun don't cause a fucking light beam like that. Look, it causes light over this one area of the ocean, which means the object is directly above this. Obviously, the sun won't do that. That would cause this on all of it. Oh, it's not the sun. Bro, well, who's replicated the sun then?
phenomenon,
There's someone
an
else.
unknown man-made object, or something we still don't fully understand?
What? Okay, that's weird. I really thought that was the
Here's
sun
a
at
quick and
first.
strange one that was posted to our Slapped Ham subreddit by user RoyalGoat696987. The photo was taken during a late-night bonfire at the end of Hatteras Island in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. The family were relaxing by the fire when the image was snapped.
Oh.
However, standing just to the left of the group is something that simply shouldn't be there.
Well,
A pair of
yeah.
dark, human-looking legs appear in the sand.
Mate, you can see the legs, and then the whole rest of the body is just nothing. Just gone.
Attached to an amorphous, shadowy shape where a torso should be.
I'm seeing a cowboy hat as well. I am seeing a cowboy hat.
The family
This is cowboy.
insists there was no one else nearby at the time the photo was taken. The beach was empty and no one had walked through the frame.
I am seeing a cowboy hat. He's
Some
looking
viewers
cowboy
believe
to
it
me.
could be motion blur or a camera artifact caused by the low light and movement near the fire. Others aren't so convinced, pointing
Bro,
out
there
how
is no way that this is caused by lighting of the fire.
defined the legs appear compared to the rest of the scene.
There is no way. I have never took a picture near a fire and I turned into dust. Ever.
So what exactly was standing beside this family on the beach that night? Let me know in the comments.
Some sort of cowboy, man.
Want to see more disturbing? Here's one of the most disturbing and well-documented
The
poltergeist
Dag
cases
poltergeist.
in Canadian history. In the fall of 1889, a violent haunting erupted at the farmhouse of George and Susan Dag in Clarendon, Quebec, near the
Okay.
town of Shawville. What makes this case stand out isn't just the severity of the phenomena, but the sheer number of witnesses, the direct verbal communication from the entity, and a sworn statement later signed by 17 people who claimed they all experienced the events firsthand.
17 people.
The Dag household consisted of George and Susan, their two young children Mary, aged 5, and Johnny, aged 2, and an 11-year-old adopted girl named Dinah Burden McLean. Dinah was a Scottish home child, one of many orphans sent from Britain to work on Canadian farms.
Okay.
She would soon become the central figure in the haunting.
Uh-oh.
The disturbances reportedly began in mid-September 1889 following a heated domestic dispute over money. George Dag had given Susan a $5 bill and a $2 bill to hide. The next day, an orphan boy named Dean, who was living with the family at the time, produced the money and claimed he found it on the floor. George accused the boy of theft, verbally lashed him, and Dean was briefly jailed before leaving the farm altogether.
Jeez.
Almost immediately after his departure, the farmhouse descended into chaos. Milk buckets were mysteriously emptied, butter vanished, filth from the outhouse was smeared across the kitchen floor. Fires began breaking out without warning, sometimes multiple in a single day. On one occasion, 8 separate fires erupted, 6 inside the house and 2 outside, burning
8.
curtains while the family watched in terror. Stones were hurled through windows by unseen hands, shattering panes of glass.
Hey, yo, bro. At what point do you realize, okay, that whatever this is, don't want us in here? They've set 8 fires. Nah, you gotta go. You gotta go. Lee, thanks so much for the tier 1, bro.
Water jugs, basins, and household tools flew through the air.
You gotta
and
go.
Water was thrown directly into the faces of Susan Dag and her sister-in-law. The
Get out
violence
of there.
soon focused almost entirely on Dinah. She was dragged across the floor by an unseen force. Her hair was pulled, cut, and yanked violently. She was slapped, kicked, and punched, all while no visible attacker could be seen.
What?
On one chilling occasion, Dinah and her grandmother witnessed what they described as a large black shape pulling
I ain't gonna lie, this might be one of the most aggressive poltergeists yet.
bedclothes from the bed. In desperation, the grandmother handed Dinah a bullwhip and told her to strike it.
Oh, Grandma, I respect that you're trying, but I don't think you could whip a poltergeist.
When the whip cracked, multiple witnesses heard the squeal of a pig echo through the room, though
Really?
no animal was present.
Oh, wait, you can't whip a pole. Oh my God, I need one of these just in case. I never knew you could whip a poltergeist. I never knew that.
Perhaps the most unsettling aspect of the case was that the entity could speak. Witnesses described its voice as deep, gruff, and aged, often coming from the walls, the air, or nearby sheds. It used profanity freely and mocked those who challenged it.
Grandma has the
At
best
times,
bullwhip.
it claimed to be a spirit who had died 20 years earlier at the age of 80. At other moments, it declared itself to be the devil, threatening to break necks and shouting that it would have the family in its clutches. The children claimed to see the entity in multiple forms. Sometimes it appeared as a tall, thin man with a cow's head and cloven.
Yo, this has 17 people that signed the witness to all this, which is crazy.
Feet. Other times it took the shape of a large black dog. Toward the end of the haunting, they said it appeared as a beautiful man dressed entirely in white.
He's
In
playing
November
tricks.
1889, journalist and artist Percy Woodcock arrived to investigate. He spent hours speaking directly with the entity in the woodshed. Suspecting trickery, Woodcock attempted to rule out ventriloquism by forcing Dinah to hold water in her mouth. Even then, the voice continued speaking clearly. Woodcock also
Jeez.
claimed to witness a pencil rise into the air, write on a piece of paper by itself, and then fly across the shed.
What
Desperate
other
for
proof do you
answers,
need?
George Dagg consulted a local folk healer known as the Witch of Plum Hollow. She claimed the haunting was the result of black magic sent by a neighbour, Mrs. Wallace. At first, the entity agreed, claiming she had summoned it, but when Mrs. Wallace confronted the spirit directly, it retracted the accusation entirely. Clergy were also
Why would the spirit claim that she sent it? Why would the spirit lie like that? Just to cause more mayhem?
called in. One minister attempted to bless the home only for a Bible to reportedly fly into the oven. Another was mocked relentlessly by the entity, which told him he was a better photographer than preacher. Then,
Jeez.
on November 17th, the haunting took a dramatic and unsettling turn.
What happened?
The voice suddenly changed. Its tone softened, becoming calm and melodic. It claimed it was now an angel sent from heaven to drive away the foul-mouthed spirit.
Oh, wait, so now angels came down to save him? Hey, W Angel, you took your time, didn't you, mate? It's been about a fucking month for this. We nearly died.
For hours, the voice sang hymns so beautifully that witnesses wept openly. The next morning, the children said they saw a radiant man with long white hair and ribbons on his clothing. He spoke kindly, lifted his arms, and floated into the sky. The disturbances stopped immediately. To formalize the events, Percy Woodcock drafted a written report describing the fires, flying objects, assaults, and the speaking entity. 17 witnesses signed the document, including family members and neighbors, attesting that the events were real.
Yo, that's crazy that 17 people actually testified to it being real. That they were seeing that shit.
But the story does not end there. Shortly afterward, Dinah was sent to live with an uncle in Portage du Fort. According to later family accounts, a man eventually arrived with a letter, allegedly signed by George Dagg, demanding Dinah be released into his care. She left with the stranger and was never seen again. Was the Dagg poltergeist a genuine case?
Wait, did you not check this guy? Like double check that he's saying who he is?
Of supernatural possession, a psychological phenomenon, or something far darker that used faith, fear, and violence as tools? More than a century later, it remains one of the most chilling and unresolved hauntings ever recorded.
Jeez. Hell no. And you guys are saying you want to go there. Well, it's not there anymore, which is good. But bro, I would have just blown up that house and I would be gone. I ain't staying there. I would be gone. I ain't waiting for no angels, man. I'm out of there.